The village huddled at the edge of hollow woods. It was a place where the sun's rays barely touched and the shadows seemed to have a life of their own. The villagers lived in constant fear, their lives dictated by the ominous presence of the forest, dark and brooding. The forest was a place of whispers and shadows. The trees, ancient and gnarled, seemed to whisper secrets to those who dared to listen. The fog that rolled in every evening added to the sense of foreboding, making the forest appear even more menacing. Villagers spoke of strange lights and chilling cries echoing through the ancient trees. These lights, often seen dancing among the branches, were said to be the spirits of those who had lost their way in the woods. The cries, haunting and sorrowful, were believed to be the voices of the lost souls forever trapped in the forest's embrace. They said a phantom haunted the woods. This ghostly figure, shrouded in mist, was often seen gliding silently among the trees. Its presence sent shivers down the spines of those who caught a glimpse of it, and its mournful wails could be heard on the wind, a being feeding on fear. This dark entity thrived on the terror it instilled in the hearts of the villagers. It was said that the more fear it consumed, the stronger it became, its power growing with each frightened soul. No one dared to enter after sunset. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the forest seemed to come alive with an eerie energy. The villagers would lock their doors and windows, praying for the safety of their loved ones. The woods were said to hold an unnatural power. This power was palpable, a tangible force that seemed to seep into the very air. It was a power that could bend the will of those who ventured too close, drawing them deeper into the forest's dark heart. This power grew stronger with every terrified heart that entered. The forest fed on fear, its influence spreading like a dark cloud over the village. The more the villagers feared the woods, the more powerful the forest became, creating a vicious cycle of dread and despair. It was a place of dread, best left undisturbed. The villagers knew that to enter the forest was to invite doom. They respected the boundaries, knowing that some places were meant to remain untouched, their secrets hidden in the shadows forever. Raj and Aryan were inseparable. They shared a thirst for adventure. The tales of hollow woods both terrified and intrigued them. They dismissed the stories as mere superstition, refusing to be bound by fear.
Could they brave the woods after dark and return unscathed?
One humid afternoon, a dare was thrown. Pride swelled in their chests. They vowed to conquer their fear and the haunted woods. As twilight descended, Raj and Aryan stood at the edge of the woods. The forest was alive with sounds. Insects buzzed, owls hooted, and unseen creatures rustled in the undergrowth. The air grew colder, a dampness clinging to their skin. Taking a deep breath, they stepped into hollow woods. The last rays of sunlight faded behind them. Darkness enveloped them like a shroud. There was no turning back. Deeper and deeper they ventured. The path, if there ever was one, vanished. They were surrounded by trees, their branches twisting overhead like skeletal fingers. The forest seemed to press in on them. Whispers seemed to emanate from the trees themselves. Soft, chilling sounds that sent shivers down their spines. Their laughter from earlier was gone, replaced by a tense silence, broken only by their hurried breaths. Section 5. The Phantom appears. A low growl cut through the silence. It seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. The boys froze, hearts pounding in their chests. They could feel their fear rising, a palpable thing in the oppressive darkness. Then they saw it, a shape coalescing from the shadows, tall and gaunt, with glowing red eyes that pierced the darkness. It was the Phantom of Hollow Woods, and it was coming for them. Section 6. Fear gives him form. The Phantom moved with unnatural speed. Glimpses of teeth and claws flashed in the darkness. The boys stumbled backward, tripping over roots and fallen branches. Terror lent speed to their flight, but the Phantom was gaining on them. Its eyes burned brighter, its form growing more solid with their terror. Raj realized the truth. The Phantom fed on their fear. It was their fear that gave it power.
"We have to be brave," he whispered, his voice trembling. "Our fear is making it stronger."
Aryan stared at him, eyes wide with terror, but Raj could see a spark of determination ignite in them. They made a pact. They would face their fear together. Taking a deep breath, they turned to face the Phantom. Their fear was still there, but so was their courage. They would not let fear control them. Section 8. Facing the fear. The Phantom hissed, sensing their shift in emotions. It lunged, claws outstretched, but the boys stood their ground. They refused to give in to their terror. They met the Phantom's gaze with a newfound defiance. The Phantom faltered, its form flickering. The red eyes dimmed, the growl turning into a whimper. The boys' courage was weakening the Phantom. Their fear was no longer fueling it. Section 9. The Phantom vanishes. With a final, ear-splitting shriek, the Phantom dissolved into mist. The mist swirled around the boys for a moment, then dissipated into the night. The woods were silent once more. The only sounds were their own ragged breaths. The boys stood there for a long moment, bathed in the pale moonlight filtering through the trees. They had faced their fear and emerged victorious. They had conquered not only the Phantom, but also their own terror. Section 10. Out of the Woods. With newfound confidence, they found their way out of the woods. The journey had been long and arduous, filled with moments of doubt and fear. But now, as they stepped into the light, a sense of accomplishment washed over them. The journey back seemed shorter, the forest less menacing. Each step they took felt lighter, as if the weight of the world had been lifted from their shoulders. The path that once seemed endless now appeared welcoming. Bathed in the gentle glow of the morning sun, the trees no longer whispered and the shadows held no terror. The once ominous branches now seemed to wave in a friendly manner, and the rustling leaves sang a soothing melody. It was as if the forest itself had transformed, reflecting their newfound inner peace. They had faced the darkness and emerged from it stronger. The trials they endured had forged an unbreakable bond between them, and their spirits were now resilient and unyielding. Standing at the edge of the forest, they felt a profound sense of unity and strength. As they emerged from the woods, the first rays of dawn kissed the horizon. The sky was painted in hues of pink and gold, a beautiful reminder of the new beginning that awaited them. The dawn light symbolized hope, renewal, and the promise of a brighter future. The village, still slumbering, seemed peaceful and safe. The familiar sight of their home brought a sense of comfort and security. They knew that the challenges they had faced in the woods had prepared them for whatever lay ahead. They had faced the haunted woods and lived to tell the tale. Their journey was a testament to their courage and determination. As they walked away from the dark forest, they carried with them the lessons learned and the strength gained. The experience had changed them, and they were ready to embrace the future with open hearts and minds. Section 11. Courage conquers fear. In the heart of the night, under the watchful gaze of the moon, the forest seemed to whisper secrets of old. The mist curled around the trees, creating an eerie, almost magical atmosphere. Raj and Aryan's adventure taught them a valuable lesson. They ventured into the unknown, their hearts pounding with a mix of excitement and trepidation. Each step they took echoed with the crunch of leaves, a reminder of the path they had chosen. Fear is a powerful emotion. It grips the heart, clouds the mind, and makes the shadows seem darker and more menacing. It whispers doubts and magnifies every rustle and creak in the night. It can paralyze and control. But courage is stronger. Courage is the light that pierces through the darkness, the force that propels us forward even when every instinct tells us to turn back. Courage is the ability to face your fears, to confront the unknown with a steady heart. It's the strength to take that next step, even when the path ahead is shrouded in uncertainty. To stand strong when everything inside you screams to run. It's the resolve to hold your ground, to face the shadows and see them for what they truly are, mere illusions. They learned that the things that scare us often hold the least power over us when we confront them. For in that confrontation we find clarity. The shadows lose their menace and the whispers of doubt fade away. We discover our own inner strength. We realize that the true power lies within us, waiting to be unleashed. It's in these moments of bravery that we grow, that we transform fear into a stepping stone. We discover the courage that lies within us all. It's a journey of self-discovery, a testament to the human spirit's resilience. Raj and Aryan's story is a reminder that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the triumph over it, and in that triumph we find our true selves.